Good morning and welcome back to Yoga with Rosie. My name is Rosie, and if you are new here, please do subscribe by hitting the big red button down below. So today we're going to be doing a very quick but also very relaxing morning routine, waking up the body very, very slowly. So we're going to start off just by laying down on our backs. Now I'm going to be laying diagonal just so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. So we're going to start off maybe by bringing both hands to your tummy and just breathing. So if you've just woken up, your body's probably already very relaxed and we just need to wake up your body for the day. So we're just going to take a moment here to notice our breathing and to connect with our breath. Notice how your body moves with the inhales and the exhales. Does your tummy move? Does your chest move? Let's take one deep inhale and one long exhale together. So exhale fully. Deep inhale. Hold. Long exhale. And release. Okay, so let's start slowly waking up the body. So if you bend your knees and bring your feet to the bed, and bring your feet hips distance apart or wider. I'm going to start swaying our knees from side to side. So maybe bring your knees to the right hand side, to the middle, to the left hand side. This might be small movements. It might be large movements. You might be going quite quickly, you might be going quite slowly. We're just starting to wake up the body here, waking up your spine, waking up your legs and your hips, your ankles. So at your own speed, just swaying your legs from side to side. Bring our knees back to centre with our feet still on the bed. We're going to extend your right leg out, so stretch your right leg straight, whether it's down by the bed or whether it's a little bit higher. We're just going to point and flex your toes. So point your toes and then bring your toes up towards facing the ceiling or facing towards you. So just pointing and flexing. Again, you can do this as fast or as slow as you want to. Just finding some movement in the foot. And starting to wake up our leg muscles. And bring your foot back down to the bed. Now extending your left leg out straight. Again, it could be just above the bed or could be all the way up here. So wherever feels most comfortable for you today. Pointing your toes, flexing your toes. So again, you can do this as fast or as slow as you want to. Finding some movement in the ankle. And finding some strength in your legs. This should also wake up your core, doing some core work here as well. And bring your left foot back to the bed. Now we're going to roll to one side, so whichever side it feels best for you. I'm going to roll over to the right hand side, come into an almost a fetal position, curled up on the bed. And we're just going to take a moment here before we press to sit up. So when you feel ready, press on the bed and come up to a seated position with your legs crossed. So we're going to cross our legs in the most comfortable way. So whichever way feels most comfortable, most natural, we're just going to cross our legs there. And what I'd like you to do is to start walking your hands forwards. So maybe you come to here, maybe you walk your hands a little bit further forwards. Maybe your forearms come down, maybe your forehead comes down to the bed, maybe you want to come up onto your fingertips. No matter where you are today and what your body wants to do today, that's absolutely perfect. This might change from day to day depending on how your body feels. This might change from person to person, but we're hoping to stretch our hips and also stretch our lower spine by doing this. So you don't want to push yourself too far and hurt yourself. But you're just finding a nice gentle stretch this morning. If you want to sway from side to side, that might feel good as well. Or maybe if you want to bring both hands to the left so that you get a gentle side stretch as well. Back through centre and bring your hands to the right. So you get a gentle side stretch of the left side body. Back to centre. So let's stay here for 3 deep breaths. When we're ready, pressing back up, and we're going to swap our legs over. So now you want to bring the opposite leg in front, so that this might feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're not used to doing this. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So start to lean forwards. Again, you might be here. Maybe you want to lean forwards a little bit further. Maybe you're on your fingertips. Maybe your forearms come down. And this might feel completely different to how it did with the first side. You might not be as flexible, maybe feel a little bit more tension. So again, we're not trying to hurt ourselves here, just some gentle stretching. Again, maybe you want to sway from side to side, that's something I like to do. Maybe you want to bring both hands over to the left. And just notice how that feels in your body this morning. Back through centre, and maybe you want to bring your both hands to the right. And again, just noticing how that feels. How do your hips feel? How does your lower back feel? How do your legs feel? Just paying attention to your body. Back through centre. And again, we're going to stay here for 3 deep breaths. So 3 inhales and 3 exhales. So do what feels most comfortable for you, and we'll go ahead and do that together. When we're ready, pressing back up. And let's recross our legs the most comfortable way. So for me, it's with my right leg in front. And we're just going to do a couple more stretches to wake up the body a little bit more. So the first off, we're going to do some side stretches. So bring your right hand to the bed next to you. Your left hand can come up and over. And you really want to press through your fingers up to the right hand side corner of your room, up to the right ceiling. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And back to centre. We're going to do the opposite side. So left hand comes down, right arm comes up and stretches over to the left hand side. So really press through your fingertips, reaching with your fingers and feeling a side stretch down the right hand side of your body. And back to centre. Let's do a hip opener as well while we're here. So if we bring the soles of our feet together for Baddha Konasana. So the soles of your feet are touching and your knees are out to the sides. So your feet might be quite far away from you, they might be quite close to you. Again, this is something that might change from day to day and also from person to person, depending on their body. So wherever you are, we're going to sit with a nice straight spine and actually start to massage your feet. So gently just squeezing your toes, not applying too much pressure, but just gently squeezing your toes and moving the squeezing down to the top of your feet, the ball of your foot, the sole of your feet where the arch is. So you can either do a squeezing motion or more of a rubbing motion, whatever feels best for you today. We're just giving ourselves a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-massage. Moving down to the heels of the feet. Now here I like to actually squeeze with all of my fingers, really squeezing my feet. Moving back to my heels, to the back of my feet. and then maybe to my ankles as well. So this is something that you can do in the mornings just to kind of give yourself a couple of moments just of looking after yourself, a little bit of self-care, a little bit of self-love. And from here we're going to start to lean forward, so find a comfortable position and gently lean forward. So something I personally like to do is to press my elbows into my knees so that I get more of a hip stretch. Kind of tuck my hands underneath my ankles and then lean forwards from here. So you really want to keep a straight spine and your chest is lifted and open. You're not curving like this. It's more of a just leaning forwards with a straight spine. I'll show you from the side so you can see. So I press my knees down with my elbows, keeping my back straight and my chest lifted, and lean forwards, holding onto my ankles. This is a really great hip opener, a hip stretch, again, because it's the first thing in the morning, you don't want to be doing too much. So just whatever feels comfortable for you today. And coming back up to a cross-legged seated position. So the next thing we want to do is wake up our arms and our fingers. So if you stretch your fingers out in front of you and then curl your fingers into a ball, stretch your fingers out, curl them into a ball, stretch your fingers out, curl them into a ball. Let's do this 2 more times. Out, in, out, and in. Let's bring our fingertips to our shoulders and let's do some rotations here. So if you make some big circles going backwards, again this could be big circles, small circles, you could go fast or slow depending on how you feel today. Rotating the shoulders out, and then let's swap to rotating inwards. So rotating your elbows forwards. Remembering to breathe throughout this practice. And when we're ready, hands come back down to our knees. Let's wake up our neck. So now if we look over to the right hand side over your right shoulder, back through center over your left shoulder, back through center over your right shoulder. You might hear some creaks and some cracks over your left shoulder, and that is absolutely normal. Obviously don't push too far. Back through center. And I'm going to look up, look down. I like to sync this with my breath, so look up with the inhale and then look down with the exhale. So if you'd like to join me, feel free to do so. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. One more neck exercise. So the last thing we're going to do is to bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. So you're just letting gravity do the work here. If you would like a deeper stretch, you can press your left fingers out to the side, pushing, like reaching almost to the left, and that should create a little bit more of a stretch in your neck here. If you would like an even deeper stretch, you can start to bring your right hand up and over and hold on to your head by your left ear. So you're not pulling your head down, you're just simply resting your hand on your head. Back to center. Let's do the same on the opposite side. So left ear comes down to the left shoulder, just letting gravity do the work. Or you can push through your right fingers, reaching over to the right side of the bed, and you might feel a little bit more of a stretch down your right side of your neck. Again, if you would like a deeper stretch, you can bring your left hand up and over and just place your left hand next to your right ear. Again, you're not pulling your head, it's more just placing a little bit of pressure, I guess, but it's just the weight of your hand, you're not pulling your head. Remembering to breathe, and back through center. So the last thing I'd like to do is just spend 1 minute breathing before we start our day. So you have a couple of different options. Either leave your hands on your knees, maybe bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your tummy. Maybe you want to do prayer hands in front of you. Whatever feels most comfortable for you today, this morning, please go ahead and do that. And we're just going to close our eyes And again, just reconnect with our breath and notice our breathing. Does your chest move? Does your tummy move? Do you breathe through your nose or through your mouth, or maybe both? Just really paying attention to your breath. When you feel ready, we're going to start to come back into the room. Maybe start to wiggle your fingers. Start to open your eyes. I really hope you enjoyed today's practice. If you did, please make sure you subscribe using the big red button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you back here next Monday for a brand new yoga video. Feel free to share this video with anybody else who you think might enjoy my classes, and there is a whole playlist full of yoga classes as well on my channel. I'll make sure to leave that down below in case you want to go ahead and practice more with me. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, and namaste.